I work for this county. Mr. Dowling has my card. I'll give you my card. You need any assistance in any form, you can give this to the other gentleman up here. I'm at your disposal. I would be here to help you get it up and running. We have best practices for a safety committee. We have audit worksheets on how to do safety audits. I teach self-auditing, and I also teach incident review. You have some very qualified people who do incident review. Use your own resources. You have EMS personnel, trained medical professionals who can help with an incident review. Your sheriff's department, you have an outstanding sheriff, in my opinion. Very good investigators. Objective point of view. The root cause of what's going on here and how do we address this, either changing behavior or changing policy and procedure. That's the first two steps. And I think initially that will have a dramatic effect on the number of claims being generated. Do I believe that some of these are just purely and simply accidents in the purest sense of the word? Yes, I do.
That portion, that just happens.
Yeah.
And I also agree with what you're saying on the other hand that we can do a better job of prevention. But there is, you talk about that big incident. Well, like this one that's driving a serious knee situation, and with the risk factors of mainly of those three departments, that does happen. And I know that you can do all. So I think we understand each other.
Well, the thing is, what I'm talking about is mitigate those circumstances as much as possible. Slip, trips, and falls, slipping on the ice. Well, I've been a victim myself. And the thing is, though, we're from Iowa, and we recognize that. And this law enforcement officer, he is a professional, and he's an intelligent individual, and he knows he's in Iowa. And I wear yak straps. They're kind of dorky, but they work really good, And they're kind of a pain to take off and shake them out, stick them in your pocket. But I love to play golf, and I don't think I can play golf with a wrecked knee or a sore back. So I'm going to take care of myself. And that's what I try to convey to people. It's just, it can be a pain in the butt, but take the time to look about what you're doing. Situational awareness, all these fancy cliches. Bottom line is behavior. And conveying to your employees that their behavior and their safety and well-being is important. And I love this word, empower them by saying, I'm going to give you the opportunity to slow down here just for a minute. And if you need to go get a two-wheeler to move that barrel of hydraulic oil, that's fine. Or if you need to wait for somebody to help you, that's fine. Don't put them under the gun. And the guy says, well, I got to get this done, I got to get going, and he grabs it. And next thing you know, we're looking at a lower back injury that's going to take him off of work. It's going to cost the county money, it's going to cost us money, and then it's going to put the burden on other employees to take up his side. That's what we're trying to do. You always get me fired up, and I get to breathe.
I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you on every instance. But some of it, the employees themselves, we've got to make them stop and think a little bit before they make that move, whatever the move happens.
I think that's where, like I said, that's where the situational awareness comes in.
I guess you do have our commitment to do this. We will. I guess you're on board with this, Jack, and we will make an effort to do this.
We've mentioned this before to different individuals, but we never seem to get it off the ground at safety.
Well, I was so pleased
we
to hear
talked about it.
that the Sheriff's Department got its money for its tasers. That made me so very happy. I'm dealing with a case right now, and you all might appreciate it. Small town police officer, Winfield, Iowa. One full-time and two part-time. Two part-timers and one officer. The poor guy, the day before, July 3rd, responded to a disturbance at a house and nearly got beat to death. And the council thought the taser was a cool weapon. And here this guy had to have major reconstructive surgery on his face. The guy is psychologically damaged. He says he's so embarrassed that he got whipped so bad in a small town. He's like, I don't hear myself whipped. That's how sad this is. And I recommend it to him. Now, they buy him a taser. You know, this sheriff's department here, you got an outstanding department, and to see them equipped with tasers, that pleased me very much. Nationwide, there's 32% reduction to injuries to officers relating to a physical confrontation. Getting another deputy on board, that's very good. Does this county have big problems? No, you don't have. You got good supervisors, you got good employees with a strong work ethic. But the thing that I'm combating, if my demon here is complacency. It's not that it's really a bad thing, and just looking at it, but it can be that. It can be very good. And I was talking to Chuck earlier. Those people across the hall from me, those number crunchers, actuarialists and statisticians, they give me a headache, but they're right. They've convinced me in the last few years. When you see the numbers start to go up, a certain type of behavior, they can almost call the ball. And we're starting on that turn here, and I want to do everything I can to head that off. So I appreciate your time, guys.
Oh, you got it.
We have a department head meeting next Tuesday to address this, get the thing rolling.
I'll reiterate to you guys, as Mr. Down knows, I don't just walk away. If you guys need any help at all, you have my phone number, my email address, you've got my cell phone number. I'll do anything I can. I'll use all the resources we have to help keep this going.
But I think regardless of the fact that we have all that information, we can call him, make a big difference in that meeting.
Yeah, I'm like a bad brother-in-law. I just won't go away. I just won't go away. So.
No, I think we're in agreement, and we will make an effort to
Outstanding. I really appreciate it.
do what we can do. Get Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
Take care.
Any other new or old business that we need to take care of today?
That's everything.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned.